It doesn't.
Two gay men took off their clothes, climbed a tree, and engaged in lewd sex acts for 4 hours in the tree before hundreds of onlookers.
We are controlling transmission.
Vulva is what girls have down below.
Your breasts grow firm and blossom under their canopy of fragrant silken skin. Feel your breasts swell. Feel them grow firm as they blossom to their natural limit. Feel the sensation.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
KDK's Lunatic Fringe.
All systems go! Prepare for countdown! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure in the amazing year 400 million!
I can't breathe. Stop.
Hello everyone, KDK here. Thank you for joining me. As you could probably hear, I have a little bit of a cold, but not so bad that I'm not able to come on the air and at least try to be entertaining tonight, so I'm here despite my cold, and in a good mood, and sober again, so that's a good thing. I couldn't even fathom, drinking right now. I'm so full of phlegm that I would probably end up, vomiting on my own phlegm. Just big globs. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. It's 10:05 on January 15th, 2011. And if you would like, you can join me in the chat room by going to kdkprankcalls.com. Click on the link for the chat room. You'll find me in there as KDK. And why is my volume so low? I have everything turned up, don't I? You know, I really don't need audio problems when I feel shitty already. That's better. You need to be able to hear my sing-songy voice, especially when I have a cold, right? Yeah. So, how was everybody's week? Mine was kind of shitty. I don't know if you've seen on the news, but we got about 2 feet of snow last Tuesday night. It started Tuesday night, and it snowed most of the day Wednesday. Very slow snow, not like a blizzard. It was actually kind of peaceful. It was quiet because there's no cars, because nobody can drive on the road, because, you know, by Wednesday morning there's probably already a foot of snow there. And I guess this time around the plows said, we're going to wait until it stops snowing rather than play catch-up all night. And they're just saying on the news, if you don't have to go out, don't go out, or we're going to give you a ticket. And they even shut down some of the local highways here in Connecticut. So they could give you a ticket just for attempting to drive in the snow, because you always get those people in the SUVs, and they think since they have all-wheel drive and fancy snow tires on, they think that means that can stop them from careening down a hill. So I didn't even bother trying to dig my car out on Wednesday, because where am I going to go? None of the roads are plowed, right? So there's no point in digging my car out. So on Thursday I wake up, it's finally stopped snowing. The only way I could find my car is by this little hill in the snow, where the snow was a little higher. My car was completely covered, because with snow drifts, you're talking 3.5, 4 feet of snow. And of course my shovel was in the car. I always keep the shovel in the car in case I'm over a friend's house and I have to dig myself out. So I think maybe I need to buy a second shovel to keep in the house so I don't have to dig with my hands so that I can get to the trunk of the car. But so I spent 2 hours digging in the snow because there was a shit ton of snow on the car, on the side of the car, behind the car. No way the car was going to go anywhere until I digged everything out of there. So that took me about 2 hours. And I come in and my feet are soaking wet. and frozen, and my hands and everything else, and that's probably how I got my cold, but there you go. At least the power didn't go out this time, because 2 weeks ago we got about 14 inches of snow in one storm, and during that storm the power went out for like a half a day, so there's no heat. I'm bundled up, shivering to death. I have a pile of blankets on top of me, and the cats are all sleeping under the blanket with me because they're freezing too, and there's nothing to do. I only had like 2 candles left in the house, so I'm sitting there walking around the house like trying to make my way to the bathroom with a fucking candle like it's like the 1820s or something. It always happens at least once a year. The power still goes out in this day and age. If it weren't against the condo rules, I'd buy a goddamn generator. Well, anyway, if anybody has names, numbers, or ideas for people whom you would like me to call tonight, by all means, send them to me through the AIM, KDK Pranks on the AIM, and I recommend doing it that way rather than the chat room, because that way if you leave the chat room, or you get timed out of the chat room or something, then the numbers that you gave me in the chat room go with you, so just a warning about that. And I'll attempt to make prank calls. I'm definitely not going to be doing the Joe voice tonight, I don't think. Even though I could probably do it raspier than ever, it would probably cause the phlegm to start coming up, and then you'll be hearing me, like, spit out phlegm on the air. And tonight's program is brought to us by Diet Iced Tea, which I will probably be drinking a lot of because my throat is all tore up. Yeah, so that was my lovely week. And the shitty part is, I just had a cold only a couple months ago, and I haven't had a cold in, like, years and years. And now suddenly I have 2 in 1 year, and it pisses me off. It's from all that damn digging I did. Oh, well. And one of my neighbors, while I'm digging, one of my neighbors is this old lady, and she's parked next to me. And it's not like I can just take the snow and just fling it to the side, because there's cars there, and I'm not going to bury somebody else's car with my snow. That would be a real dick move to do. So I have to, like, dig up a shovel full of snow and then walk across the parking lot and pitch it into the woods. Not that far, it's only like 10 feet, but doing it back and forth 100 times, that's the best workout I've had in years. All that lifting and walking. And of course, I'm out there in a hoodie and an overcoat, so even though my exposed parts and my feet are frozen, parts of me are sweating. Ah, well. So this neighbor lady sees me shoveling. She's an old lady. She can't do her own shoveling. And she asked me if I would shovel out her car, and I said, I don't know how old you think I am, but you're probably only 10 years older than me, so no, I'm not going to shovel out your car. Find one of these little kids and pay them $20 to dig you out if you can't do it yourself or something. Because they have, like, the maintenance people here that they'll come through and they'll plow the driveway, and they'll try not to back all the snow up behind your car, so make it 10 times worse to get out. And they'll shovel the sidewalks, but, you know, they don't get paid to dig out people's cars. So she was probably pissed off about that I wouldn't help her. I felt like saying, I've already been out here 2 hours digging. You expect me to spend another 2 hours to dig out your car? Why? What are you going to give me, $20? Like I need $20? Well, anyway, Brandon in the chat room sends me the phone number for the Vancouver Convention Center, the 10th annual Taboo Naughty But Nice show, described as an upscale adult playground. So was that Canada's version of the Adult Video News Convention or something? Okay, we can call that. But I also did have an interesting email from Lady Nat. She used to listen here a long time ago, and she sends me a rather long, lengthy email with some phone numbers. So, she wants me to call up somebody named Nicole. She says she's a big old cunt. I took the liberty of posting an ad on Craigslist with her phone number because she posted another chick's number on Craigslist to be a cunt. She posted a little rant on her Facebook, and she copies and pastes the rant. So this is the rant that Nicole posted on her Facebook. I guess Nat is trying to help me out and give me, like, some background that I can use to make a successful prank. Don't even know if I have it in me tonight, but I'll give it a try. Okay, now this is the rant from Nicole. Okay, so a couple days ago, this broad with an Indiana area code texted me and had the wrong number for some guy named Chris. And when I told her she had the wrong number, she started arguing with me over text and was name-calling and stuff. So now she calls me and wants to argue. I got smart, so now she's texting and she's gonna keep calling and texting, and I better get my number changed. So here's the number if anybody feels bored. So this is Nicole posting this other girl's phone number. And she says she's a real stupid-ass bitch, and then continued to bash with her friends, and when really this chick probably deserves whatever she got. She has kids, 3 to 5, I think, on her way to being married, at parties with her aunt. They're both drunks, and I believe they're on welfare, even though she buys Jordans and Gucci bags. I didn't need to know that. Figure the more info I can give, the better for you. I know she's got to be pissed and receiving calls because she has recently removed her number from Facebook. And she sends me a link to a picture of this woman. So let me go take a look at what Nicole looks like. Not bad. I don't think I would do her. Her nose looks a little fucked up. She doesn't look fat. Looks kind of frumpy. I don't know, Nat, if you're in the chat room, maybe you can post a link to this picture that you sent me. She says that's her stats. Then she goes on. She went to South High in Willoughby, Ohio. You might have a lot of fun with her, okay? And then there's a follow-up email from Lady Nat the following day. She said, so I said I had numbers and left you a huge write-up for one. Really? Sorry, I've had a big weekend so far, lots of drinking, and I forgot the rest of the numbers. Fortunately, I'm anal about saving everything, so here's my drunken rants and numbers from yesterday. Then she gives me the phone number for Kathy, Nicole's aunt, because she's a cunt too. They're in Aurora, Ohio. 2 kids. She was involved in the DUI right around Christmas. Incarcerated. Robert just got... she sends a number for a Robert. Just got a new number. Posted it on Facebook to get all the old numbers. Lists that he's pro-abortion, so maybe you can call and start some drama there. You got his name from the National Pro-Choice list, and you're trying to convince your girlfriend to abort the newborn. That's rather dark. I don't think I'll be doing that one. This is like a book here, Nat. I can't go into this. This is just too long. I'll have to read the rest of this off the air. I just thought it was interesting that I'm not the only one that goes on the internet and drunk rants and stuff like that. See, even girls do it, too. Hello, Nunu. I'm going to take a break and refill my iced tea here. What is your beef with these people, Nat, that you have the phone numbers for everybody in the family? You have some kind of falling out with these people? This is more than just somebody, like, texting you thinking you were somebody else. This is developed because now you know Nicole, you know her Aunt Kathy, you know she got busted for DUI. These are people you know in real life. Anyway. She also wants me to call up Dominic. This dude... I have a huge email from him, then a back and forth on how retarded he is. Basically, he was trying to get anyone possible to pay just $1 so he could go back to school. He kept spamming this shit constantly, spamming emails, and then jumped to Facebook. And Facebook, I finally said something, and then it's 20-something replies just bashing him. He posts about niggers being stupid and fucking whites are cocks and shit. He's 40-something, and he's trying to be black. Wow, that's kind of pathetic. How do you know he's 40? From his Facebook profile? Maybe you can tell him you saw his email, feel bad, and want to give him the $800 he needs. If he can write a poem about his hard times and sing it to you. That's not a bad idea, Lady Nat. Then call him back a half an hour just to see what he came up with or something. There you go. And this is the spam email that he was sending. I need your help. First, I'm going to tell you a little about myself. I don't want to make it real long because I know you won't read it, so here I go. Well, I was alcoholic. That was 12 years ago, and I'm sober now. So I had a chance to get my high school diploma. If it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't have quit drinking. And there was my little niece. That me and Aunt Boney, that's what everyone calls her, took in because... Man, this is so long I have to, like, follow it with my finger. Took in because of her parents was and still are druggies. We found her outside 2 years old, playing in her underwear in the dead of winter. She's 14 now. So, are you kind of with me? Well, I had to work to try and get out of Cleveland. Wish we lived in a bad neighborhood. I'm just writing down the basic stuff. 7 years ago, and I still didn't get my high school diploma. I tried going to free college, but the writing back and forth and going to work at 5 a.m. was driving me right to my early grave. Well, 7 year, my wife's cousin died in a car accident. She has 6 kids. Well, this just goes on and on. What a sob story. Basically, he's spamming people, trying to get 800 people to send him $1 so that he can go get an online high school diploma. What does it really matter? If you're in your 40s and you don't have a high school diploma and you already have a job, what the hell do you care? Brandon sends in the phone number for Flex Baths in Los Angeles. A gay bathhouse. They still have those? A gay bathhouse. Maybe I'll call up as Jill and say, is it lesbian friendly, and is it okay if a 75-year-old woman or 87-year-old woman wants to come into the gay bathhouse? I don't know. I'll think of something. Try anyway. And that's about it. I don't really have any other stories that I can tell because I've been sick and shitty. I did go out on Tuesday. That's the last time I really went out. Well, I went out today, but that was just for cigarettes. So Tuesday morning, Bill is doing his usual thing. He's off on Tuesday, so he's been up all night drinking, and he's calling me, and he's begging me to come over, and he says, come over before the snow, and we're going to be getting a blizzard, and you won't be able to leave for a couple days. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I said, if I go over there, you better smoke some weed with me. Otherwise, it's not worth the drive. So I went over there, and he lives like 25 minutes away, so I drive there. I don't mind the drive because I know all the back roads to get there, and it's very scenic, and it's nice, especially this time of year after, you know, the snow is in the trees and everything looks all New England-y. So I drive over there, and on the way I turned it into a beer run. Since I was already, you know, on the way, I stopped to get gas and beer. And I go over there, and it's early afternoon, and I normally never drink in the early afternoon, but I'm like, well, if I'm going to be with drunk Bill smoking weed, I may as well make it tolerable. So over the course of the next couple hours, I had about like a 6-pack. Bud Long Necks. Bud Light, of course. And he did smoke up with me, and he's like being really annoying and droning on and telling me dumb stories and barely able to be coherent. And I'm like, if I weren't tipsy right now, I'd so be out of here, but I can't leave yet. I gotta wait a couple hours till I sober up a bit. And then he starts bugging me about sex. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I didn't come over for sex. It's not why I came over here. I don't want sex. And he was actually like very aggressive, like push me down on the bed and pull my clothes up. I'm like, okay, well, if you're gonna be aggressive, I like aggressive. I was like, you know what? I'm so drunk and stoned, I probably can't even get hard. Plus, I'm not in the mood. And he's like, oh, I'll get it hard. And of course he does. Then he climbs on top, and I'm basically just sitting there, like probably like nodding off to sleep. Don't know how I didn't lose the boner, but there you go. So, and it's going on and on and on and on. He's like, well, are you going to come? I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to, so I'll just sit here and be a dildo, okay? I'll sit here and be a dildo for you. Yeah, so that was my Tuesday, and I made it home before it started to snow. And on my way home, I forgot to pick up cat food. We were out of cat food. And I was supposed to pick it up when I was at the gas station. When I picked up the beer and got the gas, I was supposed to get dry cat food. And so I come home, I forgot all about it. And then by the time I wake up on Wednesday, there's already a foot of snow on the ground. And I can't go anywhere because the roads aren't being plowed. I haven't heard a plow go by all morning. And I'm like, the cat, well, it's usually Julian, is the one that's panicking. He's following me around and meowing at me and walking over to the bowl because it's empty. I'm like, there's nothing I can do, and there's nothing here I can feed you. I had wet cat food. So it was sort of like, since the cat is used to like nibbling all day long on the dry food, like every 3 hours the cat is hungry and bothering me again for food, and I'm having to get up and give them the wet food. And so by like Wednesday night, we're out of the wet food too. We went through it all. Because I can't just feed the one cat that's bothering me because he's hungry. You got to feed them all at once, otherwise they get jealous, I guess. I don't want to give them a complex. And so I'm sitting here in the house, can't go anywhere, at least until it stops snowing. Then I can shovel my ass out of there, I guess. And in the meantime, the cats are all driving me fucking batshit crazy, meowing and sitting there like using their nose to like push the bowl around, like trying to make some kind of noise and alert me to the fact that the bowl is empty. And I'm like, what else can I give you? You want to try fucking cereal? Cats don't eat cereal, by the way.
Welcome, Flex.
Hello, is this the Flex Bathhouse?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing this evening? I was calling because I had some questions about the place there. Do you have any age restrictions or rules about elderly people coming in there?
Say it again?
Do you have any age restrictions or rules about elderly people coming in there?
How many people come in the place?
No, I'm asking, what's the cutoff? Like, how young do you gotta be able to get in there?
Sir, I can't really understand what you're trying to tell me.
I'm an old man, and I just want to know if I'm too old to go there. That's all.
Oh, all right. Well, we have all kind of age, sir.
So you don't have any restrictions?
No, nature, sir.
Okay, that's good. How many people are there? Say I come down right now. Is there any good-looking guys there?
Sir, we are busy, sir.
Oh, very busy?
Would you like to have a room or a locker?
What's that?
$18, please. Yes, sir. I'm very busy right now, sir.
Okay, well, I'll see you in a little while. What's your name again?
Domingo, sir.
Okay, Domingo. I'm going to come down there and show you my old man balls. You see what the future has in store for you.
Good night, sir.
You too.
That was stupid. I'm noticing Domingo is right. My levels, I notice that when I make Skype calls, this has been a problem the past couple of weeks. When I make Skype calls, it fucks with my microphone audio. And then I have to open up my control panel and bring it back up again. I'm going to have to just leave it open so I can, so people can hear me on the other end. Especially when I'm calling a place that's loud, like a bathhouse. So that place is busy, huh? And again, Brandon, I won't ask how you know about the gay bathhouse. Your business is yours. I have the phone number for this convention in Canada. I guess it's a sex toy convention, an upscale, a fancy sex toy convention. What is a fancy sex toy? Like the expensive ones, like a Sybian or something like that? Not the cheap ass shit like a Flesh Jack? I don't know. What do I know about sex toys? I should know. I have enough of them. I don't have one of those, though. Flesh Jacks are actually kind of expensive. They're like $50 or something, I think. Yeah. And the only other thing I got going on is Lady Nat's numbers with all the info. So I think I'm going to call up this Dominic person and do the call. Well, I'll give him his $800 if he maybe I can get him to like write a theme song for the show or something. I'm not really going to give him $800, of course, but I can let him believe that. Who knows? Maybe he will come up with a decent theme song or a jingle or something that I could use on the air. Ah, well. I guess he doesn't want his $800. Or at least doesn't want to get dicked around by my stupid ass. So the only other numbers I have are Nicole and Kathy. I don't know what to say to Nicole. I could be Ed and accuse her of sending threatening texts to my granddaughter. That could work. Maybe I can try that. Oh, there was one here that I missed. Oh, the pro-abortion guy, yeah. I'm not going to call and ask him to try to convince my girlfriend to get an abortion. Even though I do fully agree with a woman's right to choose. You know, in some states now, I think it's in Florida, you can actually take your grown child to like, the authorities and say, I don't want him anymore. And they won't prosecute you, they'll take the kid and put him in a foster home. I think that's a great idea for parents who don't want their kids. Because otherwise they take it out on them and they beat them, create little monsters. Not little monsters in like a good Lady Gaga way, but I mean like shooting people up in Oklahoma kind of way.
Hello?
Hello, is this Nicole?
Yes.
Are you the girl that's been sending threatening text messages to my granddaughter's cell phone?
I'm sorry?
She told me about the problem and how you've been attacking her on the text messages. I tried to look, but she wouldn't let me. She said they were very abusive and there's lots of cursing and I would be offended had I seen them.
Who is this?
Well, you apparently know my granddaughter because you've been sending her these nasty texts.
I haven't been sending anybody nasty text messages.
I wish I had any of them, but she said you were threatening her, and you posted her phone number on the line, and she started getting prank calls from other people. She said you called her a stupid bitch and whatnot.
No, sir.
So maybe I'm going to have to go look in the phone and get the evidence.
Go ahead. I have text messages from somebody harassing me, though. I don't know if it's the same person, but
well,
I started getting harassing text messages from somebody. Well, at first they had the wrong number. They were trying to reach somebody named Chris, and I texted back and said, you have the wrong number. And she started the name calling, and I have it all in my phone too. She started the name calling and started everything, and then she called me, and I didn't do anything to her. I don't know her. I don't want to know her. I'm 30 years old, and I have 3 kids and a family and a household to worry about. And I'm not going to have somebody bothering me on my phone. When I say you have the wrong number, you don't argue with me.
Well, see, she told me an exact opposite story, so I'm going to have to go look in the phone and get to the bottom of this.
Well, go ahead and look in the phone, because you'll see that she started arguing with me after I told her she had the wrong number. Now, I don't know if this Chris person is her boyfriend, and she thought somebody was playing with his phone. And every time I said that, no, it's the wrong number, she started the name calling. She started calling me a bitch and started all kinds of shit. And then she started again a couple days later. I tried to tell her she had the wrong number. I don't even live. I looked up the area code, and it's an Indiana area code that she called me from.
Right.
And I live in Ohio. I don't know anybody named Chris, and I am a married woman with 3 kids.
She said
you
were accusing her of sleeping with your boyfriend Chris and whatnot.
What? You better look at her phone, because that's just ridiculous.
Okay, I have the phone here.
Go, because I don't have time for this. I don't even deal with this with people that I know, okay? So if you want to look in her phone and see, I mean, I don't know if she can erase mine or what, but I have it all in my phone, so I don't know what you want to do about it. I just want to be left alone. How about that?
I'm going to get to the bottom of this, and if she's lying, I'm going to make her apologize.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I should have kept it going because she wasn't hanging up. She started talking in the background there. Damn it. Oh, well. Well, that didn't go anywhere. I was going to act like I was going through the phone and read off offensive text messages, but I didn't want to start cursing at her because she was actually being nice, and there you go. And I believe her. I think she was the one being harassed. So there you go. Whoever was harassing that lady, leave her alone. Stop posting her phone number online. Making other people call her. See, that's why I don't use the phone when I'm drunk. I have a very good rule is, well, unless I'm on the air and making prank calls, I never use the phone when I'm drunk. Because I don't want people to have funny drunken voicemail messages like the ones I play from Drunk Bill all the time on the phone. And that reminds me, I did record a couple more of those from the other day, but I haven't edited them or even transferred them to the computer yet, so that'll have to wait for another time. Oh, what the hell, I'll call up the convention center. Maybe I'll claim that there's somebody running up and down the halls with a rubber dildo, banging on all the doors, because they're drunk from the sex party convention. I don't know. That usually never goes anywhere. You should see her. She's crazy, running up and down the hallways with a big black dildo, just banging on the doors and going, woohoo, look what I got.
Good evening, Vancouver Convention Center, Jim speaking.
Hello, is this the front desk?
Yep, I can transfer you to the front desk if you want. Do you have any question about meeting?
Who did I get a hold of?
I'm sorry?
Who did I get a hold of? I'm calling from my room upstairs.
Yeah, this is the guest services.
Oh, so that's different than the front desk.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Listen, I'm calling because there was a disturbance not moments ago here. There is some drunk person just running up and down the hallways with well, I don't know any polite way to say this, but she's got a big rubber dildo, and she's running up and down the halls, banging on the doors. I opened my door to see what was happening. I see her running down the hallway, beating on everybody else's doors, and I said, hey! And she turns around, she says, look what I got! And she waves it in the air at me, and then runs away. I didn't see where she went. She was headed towards the elevators.
Oh, okay. And where exactly are you located? I'm downstairs in the exhibition halls?
No, I'm upstairs. I'm in my room. I'm on the 5th floor in room 11. So I guess that would be 511, right? Yeah.
Oh, are you in Pan Pacific Hotel?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay, yeah, you got the Vancouver Convention Center. I'll transfer you to the Pan Pacific Hotel.
No, wait. This is the convention center where they're having the sex party weekend or whatever, right?
Yes, but the 5th floor, we don't have any 5th floor.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Let me go open the damn door. I was a little liquored up when I signed in today. You're right. I was wrong. It's room 311. There you go.
311?
So somewhere on the 3rd floor, there's a crazy woman running up and down the halls with a dildo. And I don't want to confront her because she looks a little mentally disturbed. Aside from also being drunk, she looks very disheveled and
I'm sorry, which room was it?
311.
311? Yeah, I think you're in the Pan Pacific because we don't have any 311 in this building.
Well, maybe it's 211. Trust me, I'm in the building because I saw the convention going on downstairs. I went and had a look in just to see.
Okay, what are you doing upstairs in the meeting room?
I'm in a meeting room? No, this is my room. I'm old, but I'm not senile yet.
Yeah, because we don't have rooms upstairs because there's no rooms being used upstairs. So everything is downstairs. No one should be upstairs.
I must be in the hotel next door.
Yeah, I think I'll transfer you to the hotel and they can deal with it because I don't know anything about it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Good evening, Pan Pacific Vancouver Keith speaking. Can I assist you?
Hello, I'm calling from my room upstairs in the hotel because I'm having a disturbance with one of your other guests.
Where are you, sir?
I'm upstairs. I'm on the 5th floor. Room 11.
On the 5th floor?
So it's 511, I guess. I heard a banging at my door, and I heard someone running down the hallway, so I go and take a look and see what's there. And there's this woman running up and down the halls with a big...
Sir, we don't have our hotel starts on the 8th floor.
Okay, well then maybe... Listen, I'm old.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Edgar Rosenthal. I'm staying here on business. I understand next door at the convention center they're having some kind of sex expo, and I think that's where this woman comes from. Because she's got a big rubber dildo in her hand, running up and down the halls, banging on the doors.
I don't have an Andrew Rosenthal registered at this hotel.
No,
are you at maybe at the Pacific Rim?
I'm at the one next door to the convention center where they're having the dildo show.
Okay, that would be the Fairmont Pacific Rim. This is the Pan Pacific Hotel.
I have the wrong hotel?
Yes, you do.
Is that
you're at the Fairmont Pacific Rim. It's a newer hotel.
Okay, and that's also adjacent to the convention center?
It's the one right across from the convention center.
Okay, I got you. I'm sorry I have the wrong place.
That's not a problem, sir.
Okay. Oh, here she comes again. I'm going to have to call them. Can you transfer me or something?
I can give you their number.
I'm ducking back inside here.
Okay, just give me one moment here.
Frankly, I'm a little scared. I don't want to confront her because when I first heard her banging, I opened the door. She's halfway down the hall banging on other people's doors, and I said, hey, and she turns around, and she says, look what I got, and she wiggles this dildo at me, and I got scared. I ducked right back inside.
Okay, I'll give you the number, sir. It's a 604.
Hang on, let me grab a pen here.
5300.
530. Oh, here she comes again. Maybe I should just call the police.
I'm not sure, sir.
They must have security at the hotel. They can get here faster.
They should. Just to clarify, you're at the hotel that's right across from the convention center, correct?
Yes,
the new hotel?
Yes. I'll call them.
That's the Pacific Rim.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. If that really happened to me, I would just take out my camera phone and film it. I wouldn't be complaining about it. Okay, so not yet, but I think I'm going to call the one last hotel. What did he say? The rooms start on the 18th floor or something? The 8th floor? How the hell do they build hotels in this damn city? You know, when the guy asked if I was upstairs in the meeting rooms, I should have said, yes, I'm sleeping under a desk. I don't know how I got here, but I was wandering around the hotel, opening doors and going through, and I found a room with a big table, so I hid underneath. And then the dildo lady came after me. If you think about it, though, stuff like that probably does happen a lot when they have these conventions in town, because you have these business people. A lot of times they're there on, like, the company tab so they can get tanked up, liquored up for free. And then, you know, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that somebody could be excited about having bought a brand new big black dildo and wanting to show everybody.
Good evening. Thank you for calling the Fairmont Pacific Remember speaking.
Hello, I was trying to get a hold of someone in security or at the front desk or something. We're having a disturbance up here on the 5th floor.
On the 5th floor?
Right. I was staying in my room, trying to go to bed, and I hear a loud banging outside, and I hear feet, people running up and down the hall. So I opened the door just to see what was going on, and I see this disheveled-looking, probably drunk lady running up and down the halls and beating on everyone's door with this big rubber dildo. And I stopped and I said, hey, because I didn't realize she had the dildo yet. And
Yes,
she turns
I
around. She wiggles the dildo towards my direction. She said, look what I got at the convention. And I just got scared. I slammed the door right away.
Okay, what room number are you in, sir?
I'm in 11 on the 5th floor, so I guess that makes me 511.
Okay, so you're at which hotel are you at?
You gotta do something. I'm afraid to
Which
look
hotel are
outside,
you
but I
at?
can hear her. I can hear her coming back.
Okay, which hotel are you at, sir?
I'm at the one, I was, the one across the street from the convention center. That's it.
Okay, and you say you're in which room?
511.
Okay, and your last name?
Listen, I don't want to give you my life story. I just want you to send someone up here and tackle this woman down or something before she hits someone with that thing.
Yes, sir. But we just need your last name.
Maybe it's been used, too. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, my... Oh. I'm hiding
your
in my
last
room.
name, sir?
I'm hiding in my room until I hear someone take this woman out of here or something. Okay? You send someone up. She's drunk, I think.
Sir?
And she's crazy. And
Sir,
I
I
bet
just don't think I'm understanding you properly.
I know they're having a
to call
convention
through.
across the street today for the sex toys, so I bet you that's where she came from. She's probably staying in a hotel, but you ought to throw her ass out when you get her. So, okay, you be a dear and do that for me. I'm gonna go hide in the bathroom and lock myself in.
Hi there, sir.
Hello?
Hi, can I assist you?
Are you sending someone up yet?
Sorry, we just are having trouble understanding. Where are you at?
Have the lady tell you the story, because I don't like saying such words, and I don't want to tell it again. I'm just going to hide here in my bathroom, and I don't know. I'll wait till I hear the police tackle this woman down or something.
Where are you at?
I'm in the horse. Listen, how many times are we going to go through this? Just come up and get this crazy drunk lady who is running around with a big black dildo beating on the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. I hate it when I have to, repeat the same story over and over and over. I think eventually it gets to a point where the repetition itself might become funny, but I want to hear Miss Julius Pitts. That's what I want to hear. From Lucius Tate. Now I gotta remember what CD it was on. I think it was Mad as Hell. The one with Miss Julius Pitts.
Hello? Julius down. Huh? Julius, where's he at?
He's at the cafe.
Oh, he's still over at the cafe.
Who is this?
Oh, this, you was old lady.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Well, what's your name? I can't remember.
Well, what's your name?
This is Leon.
Who?
Leon.
Leon who?
Leon Lindley.
Well, I'm Miss Julius Pitts.
Yeah, I know who you is. Yeah. Well, listen, how long is Julius going to be over there?
Well, I guess he'll be there about, let me see. He'll be there about another hour, I guess. I don't know.
Well, reckon if I was to call him up and ask him if it's right if I come over and get a little pussy from you.
You can call him up. What'd you say?
I said, ma'am, what'd you say?
What did you say?
I said, reckon if I come over there, if I call up Julius, reckon he'd tell me his eyes I come over and get a little pussy from you.
You let me tell you something. You must want to get killed.
Kill? I want some pussy, baby.
Well, if your mama can't give you none, you ain't gonna get none. Hello.
Miss Bailey?
Yeah.
Who is this anyway? This Harry?
This is Miss Bailey.
Yeah, well listen. My boy said he was passing by over there on the street. That where you live?
Yeah.
And you were sitting out there on your front porch masturbating.
Huh?
Said you were sitting out there on your front porch masturbating in front of me.
What boy?
My little boy. It's Lucius Tate.
Huh? Who are you?
Lucius Tate.
Lucius Tate?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Over here on World Avenue. Right over here close to you.
I don't even sit on my porch in the summertime, much less this time of year. Your little boy just lied.
Well, he sure told me him and two others walking over there said you was sitting out there on the front porch showing yourself off to him and masturbating with you with a corn cob or something.
You better examine your children, because my number is out in my yard, and my number is 210 Wall Street, and like I say, I don't sit on my porch in the summertime, much less in the winter time.
Yeah, you live on Wall Street, that's what
Yes, I live on Wall Street.
You just right around the corner from us.
Huh?
You just right around the corner from us, not very far from us.
Well, my number is 210 Wall Street, and you better get your child, better get his lie straight, because, see, I don't care about that kind of lie being carried out on me, because I'll carry your child and you up to the courthouse.
Well, he said you was out there playing with your pussy, bitch. Was you doing it?
I done told you, I don't sit on my porch in the summertime, much less this time of year. And no, I wasn't doing it, and this is what I'm talking about. You better get your child to lie straight, because, see, I'll carry you to the courthouse in a minute.
Well, if I find out you was lying, I'm going to come over there and bust you.
No, you come over here and get hell shot out of you. That's what you'll do. That's exactly what you'll do. Because, honey,
that's hot this morning, honey. Well, I got a dog eating for you.
Let me tell you one thing, nigga. You don't talk to me like that. If I find out who you is, I'm going to have your ass in there.
My name is Lucius Dave. I told you who I is.
No, you ain't no Lucius Dave, because I ain't heard tell of no Lucius Dave in Sulphur Springs. You're just a Lucius lie. And if you wanna pick at somebody, you better find somebody else to pick at, because I don't play with thugs.
You don't know who you're talking to.
I don't care who I'm talking to. I'm telling you, I don't play with thugs. I got a reputation in this town, and like I tell you, you fought with me. If I don't shoot the hell out of you, I'll indict you.
You got a reputation as a hoe.
Let me tell you one thing. Whoever you is, you're low down in a sock, and you'll fuck your own mama, you bastard you.
And there you go. There was two from Lucius Tate. There was Julius Pitts Cafe and Front Porch Masturbating. I think they were both to the same Miss Julius Pitts. Lucius does that, where he finds a good victim and just calls him a bunch of times. There you go. Lucius Tate. Probably LuciusTate.com. I'm not exactly sure, but probably. And there was an interesting idea here in the chat room. Pink says, call up a 24-hour motel and say you have a friend that you're meeting for a good time, but you're wondering if the check-in clerk can watch your kids for 20 minutes. You'll pay double for the favor. That's a good one. Don't most hotels have a person at the desk till about midnight or so? Yes, of course. Probably 24/7, if they're open 24/7. I remember when I was a kid, every time we went to Canada, we would always stay at the same hotel in Quebec, or maybe it was Montreal, I forget. It was right on, like, maybe Lake Champlain, one of the Great Lakes. We would always stop in the same place, and the place was owned by, like, these two creepy brothers, and me and my sister used to sneak out of the room to go to the front desk and ring the bell so that the guy would have to wake up and come out. They would have, like, the lobby, like, open, and you could just, like, walk in and probably steal shit if you want. Well, actually, there was nothing to steal because everything was in vending machines. But they would sleep in the back room, like, in the middle of the night, so we would always go and wake them up. Can't remember the name of that hotel. I would prank them if I remember the name of the hotel. I remember it was a disgusting place because it's right on the Great Lakes. So at night, it's just like a sea of mosquitoes and gnats and bugs. Disgusting place. Ugh. My parents probably stayed there because it was, like, cheap, and they were cheap, so... Yeah. I wish I could remember the name of that hotel. I'd love to prank call them now. Maybe those brothers are still there. Last time I was there was probably when I was maybe 17, 18, so that's a long time ago. They're probably all dead now. I was thinking regular hotels would have a shift switch around this time, and maybe too irritable if it's the end of the shift to really play along. Maybe try a motel instead. They're generally more seedy and may agree. Where do I send the numbers? You can double-click on me, double-click on me and send me a private message right from the chat room. Or if you have AIM, you can hit me up as KDK Pranks on AIM. Did I forget to say that earlier? I think I did. But there you go. I can't even blame it on cold medicine because I don't have any cold medicine. I'm never sick, so I don't have any leftover old cold medicine in the house or anything. Yes, I'm loopy off of NyQuil. I'll blame it on that. Okay, so Brandon is sending me the number for Scottish Inn. Hidden Waffle. Weren't you like Penis Waffle last week or something? He's sending in Toxic Teen Club. Toxic Teen Club. He says, hold up, they changed their name. They changed their number. One moment. Well, fuck. They got shut down. My apologies. Ignore this. Okay, there you go. I guess I can't call the Toxic Teen Club. Wouldn't it be closed now anyway? Teen clubs don't stay open late, do they? I don't know. We have a teen club in our town here called the Max. I could prank them. They probably... No, it's 11 o'clock, so... Yeah, they're definitely closed by now. Probably close around like 10 or something. Yeah, they close at 10, so I'll never be able to call them, huh? Well, anyway, everybody, keep your numbers coming in, and I'll get back to the prank calls very shortly. In the meantime, since this is a prank call show, I can share some of my favorite prank calls with you, like I did last week. And here's a favorite that I haven't heard in a long-ass time from John Musacha, and it's called Errant Sperm.
Pharmacy.
Yes. Could I speak to someone regarding a question as to contraception?
What is your question?
Well, I don't want to talk too loud here. I have my girlfriend in the other room, and I was just wondering, I don't have any condoms or any type of vaginal cream or foam or anything, and I was wondering, I took a piece so that, you know, the stuff that the newspapers come in, that bag, and I cut a piece of it off and I'm using a tourniquet. Is that effective as far as warding off unwanted pregnancy?
Oh, are you serious?
I'm dead serious, and I don't want to talk too loud here.
Okay, if you don't want any possibility of impregnating her, you don't want
to... Oh, you're telling me, because I'll tell you, she's a very, very ugly person.
Don't touch her then.
Well, that's the problem. In order for us, she's insisting that I do this. And I just was wondering...
See, sir, you can say no just as well as she can.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I want to say no. But my question is, now that I've maintained an adequate erection, is there anything around the kitchen, perhaps, that I could use in lieu of a condom?
No, sir.
Maybe a Glad alligator bag or a
no.
Saran wrap tinfoil?
Nothing.
Maybe a balloon?
No, sir.
What if I pull out?
What?
What if I pull out? The coitus interruptus. If right before...
Oh, that's not safe either.
Well, God. What if...
Abstinence is going to be the only sure way.
What about other forms of information or copulation, like anal intercourse? Is there any way, for example, of an errant sperm finding its way to the vaginal os?
Sir, these are just not questions you should be asking a pharmacist.
Well, I saw this commercial, and there was an old lady who had drank poison, and she called you.
Okay, now, poison control we can handle.
Now, if a woman can call you...
This kind of a question, sir,
after she's had poison. Well, put it this way. The amount of semen that's building up in me right now is really almost like a poison. And if I don't eradicate it soon, I'm going to blow up. My question is very simply this.
Hold on a minute.
Can I help you?
Yes. Hi, I was talking to somebody regarding contraception. I was put on hold.
Yeah.
Yes, I was wondering if there was anything I could use for a safe and effective contraception in lieu of a condom. She had suggested to me that the condom pretty much was the best way. But I was wondering, I one time bought some Nonoxynol 9, and I was wondering, I understand that's very effective.
It's not as effective as a condom, but it would be a second choice.
Well, the only problem is, as I was explaining, and I feel like a fool here. I hope you don't mind me calling you, but I saw this commercial where this old lady drank poison and called you, and I figured, well, hell, if you know about poison, you gotta know this. Is there anything I could use around the house that could be a substitute for an Nonoxynol 9? Shaving cream,
No, nothing.
vinaigrette, Dijon mustard, anything along those lines?
No, there is not.
What about driveway gravel?
No. Now I've got to go. I have a
William?
doctor waiting. Okay?
Oh.
And there you go. That was John Musacha. Haven't heard that one in quite a while, but I enjoyed listening. We have the Scottish Inn on Alcoa Highway in Knoxville, Tennessee. Now, is this a big place? How many floors do they have? Because I always seem to pick a floor where there are no rooms. And Wetzel sends me the phone number for Deja Vu Showgirls in Lexington, Kentucky. Some guy answered, open till 5 a.m. apparently. So, what is that, a strip bar, or... See, there you go, Brandon. That's exactly what I needed to know. This hotel is small, only about 20 rooms, and it's only one floor. See, if I had said I'm on the second floor, I would have blown it. But that being said, if they only have 20 rooms, I'm sure they know everybody that's staying there. Okay, so what could be their, what could be the premise for that? I don't want to do the dildo call again. And I don't want to get them to throw their TV out the window like PrankNet. Maybe I'll call room to room. Oh, actually, it's going to be a small place, so I'm not going to be able to do the thing where I can get through to the rooms if I don't have any names. So I'm going to have to fuck with the front desk. Maybe I can call and complain that somebody put gay porn in my Bible, and I'm very offended. I opened it up, and there's a big black dick in my face. Why has it got to be black? I don't know. Somehow it seems like it's funnier if it's black. Or it could be like sci-fi porn and be green or something. I've actually not seen that yet. I have seen horror porn. I saw one the other day. I didn't download it, but I looked at it just to see the description of it. I don't remember what it's called. Actually, I could probably tell you. Give me a second. I could probably go find the name. It's a horror porn movie where people go out into the woods searching for Sasquatch, and they find the Sasquatch, and he rapes all the women. Let's see. Let's see. What's it called? Okay, here you go. Somebody has been posting like horror porn all day. So there's Dracula Exotica, The Mad Love Life of a Hot Vampire. Lena Meets Frankenstein. Love Her Madly. Nunsploitation porn. I'm trying to find the Sasquatch one, because now that I mention it, I might actually download it for a laugh. Sasquatch porn. Oh no. I don't know if you can hear that, but the neighbor's cat must have gotten locked outside again, because he's meowing at the door. And my cats are all perking up now. Ugh. Last time this happened, it was like really late at night, and I didn't want to like ring the bell and say to the neighbor, "Can you let your cat in?" So I just went over, rang the bell, and then ran back inside here. And then like 30 seconds later, I hear the door open, and they let the poor cat in. It's too fucking cold outside to leave your cat out overnight. And the neighbors were fighting earlier, so they were probably drinking. I heard them fighting through the wall. There was some kind of argument going on. Well, here's another prank call for you. I'm waiting for more numbers to come in, and after this prank, I'll get back to making my pranks. This is a prank from socialcrime.com, and it's called Quint. You know Quint from Jaws? Quint the fisherman is responding to an ad looking for a gay roommate.
Hello?
Hey, Richard there.
Yeah, I'm speaking.
Hey, Craigslist.
Oh, are you the guy who just emailed me?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, yeah. You're the 21-year-old?
Yeah, that was me, Chief. Tell me more about this little spacious little place you got there for me.
Oh, well, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, so I have a spare bedroom and bath, and it's in a country club in Boca. And, you know, I like having company, and I'm gay, so, you know, if, you know, we're like roommates and, you know, with benefits, that would be fine with me.
Sounds very tasty, Chief. I got a question.
Yes.
I only have a few demands. 3 bottles of apricot brandy, television.
Oh, yeah, it has a television.
Tell the mayor to get off my back or these goddamn zoning laws.
Oh, you have an accent. Where are you?
Emily Island, Chief.
Where are you?
Emily Island, off Massachusetts.
Oh, are you in Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah, right around that area, Chief. Now, let me ask you something. Do you have a porta shower or do you have a monkey cage?
Oh, well, it's a regular bathroom.
Yeah. All right, Chief. So, tell me more about that.
Is there what? Oh, you have a rather heavy accent. I'm sorry, it's a little hard to understand you.
Yeah, like that song, Chiefy.
Well, yes, of course we have television. We have cable.
Yeah. Good? You're inside a cage. You're going to set a cage. You just go to water. You go to the water. Shark in the water, Irish shark.
Do we have water? Well, how would you get down here?
Dad. Orica, Chief. Orica. Chiefy.
Yes?
Chiefy. $10,000 for me by myself. Let you get my head, tail, whole damn thing.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yes, scared hard. Sometimes the shark go away, sometimes they don't go away, Chief.
Oh, alrighty.
I'll be a baseball player. He's bobbing up and down the water. You know that, Chiefy?
Oh, so you have a boat?
Yeah, the Orca, Chief. You know that, Chief?
Well, I'm not near the ocean. I'm near the Everglades.
You know that, Jimmy? Jimmy!
I'm sorry, I don't understand you too well. Yeah.
I'll never put on a life vest again, Chief.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. In the meantime, I found the movie. It is from 1971, produced in the U.S. in English. It actually has stereo audio. I find that hard to believe. So maybe it's like a high-quality porn. The movie is called The Geek. And here's the plot synopsis that it says here. The plot of The Geek follows a group of 6 would-be monster hunters, 3 male, 3 female, who trek off into the wilderness in the northwest in order to search for the elusive monster known as Sasquatch. Despite spending most of the time wandering off in twos to have sex, the group eventually succeed in locating the Sasquatch. Terror soon ensues as Sasquatch subsequently turns out to be a savage sexual predator violently raping 2 of the women. So there you go. And the image on the box is classic. You got the guy in the Sasquatch suit, like, doing this really, like, 70s porn shit. Doggy. So there you go. You can download The Geek. And now I'm starting to feel all the talking that I've been doing. Now my throat is starting to get scratchy and sore. I think maybe I will have to put on my shoes and hit up the gas station so I could get some NyQuil or some Sudafed or something. I'm so anti-drug that I don't even like taking cold medicine, but sometimes you gotta do it. Or maybe I'll just have some tea. That might help. Yeah, next break I think I'll go put on a pot of water and have some tea. I have some really nice, good orange Pico. I need Pico for my bunghole. Okay, so Wetzel, thank you for sending in the number, but I'm not going to call up a bar, only because every time in the past that I've tried, it's always too loud for them to understand me, and it just becomes, you know, me repeating myself and them yelling into the phone and loud music in the background, so I'm gonna say no to that one. But we do have this list of numbers that One Pair of Pants sent in, and none of them are confirmed, but I guess I can jump around and pick a couple different ones and see if any of them work. I don't know. Did you get these numbers tonight, or do they come from an old list or something?
Hello, we are not available now.
Oh, maybe I can hack
Please
it.
leave your name and phone number after the beep. Thank you for your call.
I tried. That's the robotic voice that I usually can hack, but not that time. Okay, so that was one of them. Maybe throughout the show I'll jump around and maybe I can remember which ones I have called and not called. We have some funny foreign names on here. Ophelia Suarez, Rajmat Sakhanandanan, Nubia Montoya, Humayun Kabir, Tarsim Singh, Smaro Samuels. It's actually kind of a cool name, Smaro. Okay, Wetzel says when he called up what I thought was a bar, he says when he called there was no background noise whatsoever. It sounded like an office or something. So send the number back and I'll give it a call. All right, that's the least I can do. He went through the trouble of confirming the number and everything. The least I can do is try to call it. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to stay on because my voice is getting really raspy on me. Maybe the tea will help. Next break I'll go put on tea.
Thanks for calling. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Well, I can tell you about an interesting movie that I saw the other day, and this time it's not really a horror movie, it's more like a survival movie. It stars James Franco, and I think there's all of like 3 people that are in the movie. There's like 2 chicks and then James Franco, and the people at the end. But it's called 127 Hours, and it's about a guy who is rock climbing in the Red Hills. Where is that? Red Hills, Arizona? And a rock fell and pinned his hand between this gigantic boulder and the side of a cliff, and he was stuck there for 127 hours. Hence the title of the movie, of course. And so he eventually had to break both bones in his wrist and then cut through all the muscle and skin between the broken bones so that he could free himself from the rock. They're very difficult to watch, especially since he didn't have a real knife. All he has is like a little like pocket knife that was already worn dull by him trying to chip at the rock. So this poor man had to basically like stab through, after breaking both bones that are in your lower arm, then he had to cut in between, like where the bones were broken, cut through all the skin and muscle. But the poor guy lived. He lost his hand, but he made it out of there. And I was watching the movie, and I was like, so what do they do? Did they go back and move the rock so the guy can get his hand back, or is it still there? Because if I was the guy, I would want the hand back. For some kind of ghoulish reason, I guess I would want the hand back. I would, like, mummify it and put it in a trophy case or something. I can leave it to my kids and say, this is from the time Dad had to cut off his own fucking arm. You're complaining about having a shitty cell phone? You're complaining you don't have an Xbox? Well, Dad had to cut his own fucking arm off with a penknife. Your kids would never be able to complain about anything. Yeah, well, at least you didn't have to cut your own arm off with a penknife. So there you go. Download the movie, 127 hours. It's not as boring as it seems, because they're like 90 minutes of a guy trapped in a rock. It goes by pretty quick. And you have the payoff at the end with the really gory scene where he's got to cut his hand off to get out of there. And it's funny, all of the ingenious things that he tried to move the rock and to get out of there. And because it's in the desert, he's in a canyon, so it's shady during the day, so it's not that hot. But at night, it gets like incredibly freezing cold, and he was dressed in shorts and a t-shirt. So what he did was he took like his climbing ropes and coiled them around his legs to keep them warm at night. And of course, he runs out of water and he has to drink his own pee, so you have that to look forward to. Good movie. Very good movie. I liked it. Anyway, I'll try one more of these numbers from One Pair of Pants. This is Rajmat Sukhanandan, something like that. Looks like an anagram for something dirty.
Hello?
Hello, I was looking for Rajmat.
Who is this?
My name is Edgar Rosenthal.
Who are you?
Well, if you put him on the line, I'll tell him why I'm calling. He said don't tell anyone else.
Well, this is Rajmat.
Oh, I was expecting a man.
Okay, goodbye.
The way you were
Good
talking
night.
to me online, I thought you were a man.
Listen, it's after 11 o'clock at night. Why are you calling people's house?
Well, because we're old and we always stay up late. Old people don't need a lot of sleep.
Okay. Have a good night. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. You party pooper. Yeah, I screwed that up because some of these foreign names, how can you tell if it's a male or female name? Rajmat. That's a female name? Whatever. I see the Raj part and I'm thinking like, okay. When I was a kid, I used to work in a video store, and one of the things that you could do is you could look up people's accounts, and it would have like a list of the movies that they had rented, and it would have like all of their information, their phone number, and their address. So I used to like scroll through the list and print out the funny names with all the info, because I would have a list of what movies they had rented, and I used to call them up and accuse them of not returning a movie that they rented like 7 years ago, and because I was picking people with funny last names, they're all foreign and all confused, and they would get indignant and angry, and I would say, well, we're going to have to come after you. We might have to repo your car and stuff like that. So when it was slow in the video store, that's what we used to do. Like me and my coworkers just sit around making prank calls to the customers. That was before they had caller ID, I think. Or even like star 69, so... Anyway, it would come back to the video store, and they would end up getting in trouble because, I don't know, I guess they could look back in the old schedule to see who was working at that time. I guess they could have caught us, but we never got caught.
And I used to love putting, like, these stuffy coworkers up to doing ridiculous shit like that. I have a long and rich history of being a dickhead on the phone. It's in the blood, as they say. Oh shit, what was the name of this place again?
Thank you for calling Deja Vu. This is Sheena. How can I help you?
Hello, is this the titty bar?
It is.
Wonderful. Who you got dancing tonight?
I'm sorry?
Who you got dancing there tonight?
We have several ladies here tonight.
I mean, like the names, because I know some of them, and I want to know the hot ones are there tonight, and not the ones with the
I'm
cellulite.
sorry, I can't give out that information.
Well, do they look good, or do they got cellulite, or, you know?
Well, of course they look good.
Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll be down there in a little bit.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Well, thank you. I didn't know where to go with that. I was going to ask her to describe the girls, but apparently they don't have skanks there. Some of these strip clubs, not that I go to a lot of strip clubs, but there have been times where I've gone and you have like women with like hairy nipples, or you could see like hair in like the small of their back. Well, I guess it would be hard to shave like right above your butt crack. Sometimes I've even seen C-section scars. Now that's definitely not a sexy look, a C-section scar. And why would you let someone strip like that? That's probably bad for like the liquor sales, or maybe it's really good. Like when the ugly girls come out, maybe the people head over to the bar to buy more drinks so they don't have to see the ugly chick, or to drink enough so that they look good. Sorry, Wetzel, that wasn't very good, but I tried. I wasn't even sure it was a strip club. I was surprised when she said yes. I thought they were going to be offended. We're not that kind of place. No, and I can hear my pot of water is finishing in the coffee pot, so I'm going to be enjoying some tea in a moment here. And I have to drink it nice and hot so it'll loosen up my phlegm, make me feel better. What am I having anyway? It's green tea with orange, passion fruit, and jasmine. Oh, fruity tea. Nunu says he has a new premise for calling a hotel. He says, you are a foreigner from a homophobic Islamic country where being gay is illegal, and you call the front desk to report suspicious activity in the next room. Yes, I want them dragged out of the room and stoned to death. There's only one problem with that premise, Nunu, is I don't think I've ever tried doing an Indian accent before, and I don't think I could do it very well. I don't even know what an Indian accent sounds like until I hear it. Tell them I want them to break in their door, cut off their feet, and beat them with them for being gay. Yes, then I can say if they don't come stop these gay guys in the next room from having sex, I'm going to burn the entire building down. Because I'm Muslim, so that's what we do, right? I'll tell them, you're lucky I left my body bomb back in Bangalore. Introduce yourself as Mr. Ali from Iran. Okay, maybe it'll be even more funny if I do it in like a British accent. Since I can't do an Indian accent, I'll do it as like a homophobic Muslim guy with a British accent. Yes, I had to learn the accent, dear, so that I could get a job in phone sales, customer support. Yeah. Introduce yourself as Mr. Ali from Iran and miss out words like end and is in broken English. I don't know. You're asking me to do voices and act and stuff? Oof. It's not enough that I'm staying up late when I feel like crap? At least the cats are being quiet. Because they're probably... Yeah, I do this every year because the cats are always cold no matter how hot it is in the house. They're always like, their ears are cold and their tails are cold. So I always take, I take 2 milk crates on their side and strap them together with zip ties. So it makes like a little kitty condo. Except it's made out of plastic so the heat can come in the back. I just stack them right in front of the heater, put towels inside for them to lay on, and then throw a blanket over the top. So the heat comes on, and the heat goes into the crates, and the blanket traps the heat, and the cat's sitting there happy as clams and super warm instead of wandering around and meowing because their ears are cold. If I turn the heat up enough for them to be happy, it would be like 80 degrees in here, and then I'd be dying. That's a little better. Pardon me while I wait for my tea to steep a bit. There's a word you don't use very often, steep. Well, not in that context.
Thank you for calling SST Towing. How may I help you?
I just picked up my 92 Accord from your lot, and there is a huge turd in the back seat.
And there's what in the back seat?
A turd, a piece of shit, a big ass human turd in the back seat of my car.
Ma'am, I assure you, our guys did not take a dump in your car. If you want to, bring that car back and we'll take a look at it.
You want to take a look at it? My car is fine. It's that big ass turd in the back seat.
Okay, what would you like me to do?
Okay, how about I go to your house and pitch a loaf on your couch? How about that?
Ma'am, what would you like me to do to fix the situation?
I want somebody to come over here, get this turd out my back seat,
That's
clean
not going to
my
happen.
car. What do you mean it's not going to happen?
You can bring the car here and we can take a look at it.
I am. I'm going to bring it back there. You know what I'm going to do?
Huh.
I'm going to take a dump in every last car you got there. I'm going to pee on your counter. I'm going to do it all to show you how it feels.
Okay.
And you know what? You sound like a big burly man. It probably came out your ass.
Oh, yeah,
How much you weigh?
I don't make it a habit of going out and taking a dump in the car.
How much do you weigh?
About 400 pounds.
That's your turd.
That's my turd, huh?
Yes.
That came up from a 400-pound man, huh?
This is a 400-pound man. Either that or a gorilla.
Okay.
I'm driving this car right to my lawyer's office, and I'm going to let the whole world see. You're going to be on the news this evening, buddy. I'm going to get 7 on my side. Watch. You're going to be on the news.
Can you describe the piece of shit? I mean, what does it look like?
You know what it is. It came out your ass. What the hell? What kind of asking me what color? I tell you what, it smells ungodly. That's what it smells like. Smells like you sold your ass to the devil. It came from the pits of hell.
Well, how big is it? How long is it?
It's not as long as my arm. I don't think it's fun. Why y'all? This is not fun. I got a damn 2x4 in my back seat. You know, I think this some racial shit too. That's what this is. Little kids are running away from it.
Oh my.
I'm glad y'all find this funny.
Okay.
You're probably jacking off on the steering wheel too, don't you?
All right. How long does it look like it's been sitting there?
Steve is coming off of it, okay?
Steam is coming off of it?
Yes. Man,
It can't be there that long now, huh?
I am taking it's a fresh turd.
Okay. What you need to do is you need to bring that turd back, and we'll match it up. We got a lineup. We'll match it up with the other turds that we have.
Well, what you need to do is learn how to use a toilet.
So you're not going to bring the turd back to me?
No. I'm starting to like it.
You're going to keep it as a pet?
I'm going to keep it because it's a nice, you know what? It's a nice conversation piece.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, man.
Oh, thank you, Bubba.
And I'm back here. That's the sound of me stirring my tea. Been waiting for it to cool down. I haven't been able to drink it yet. That call reminded me of a prank call that I did once when I was like 18 years old. I was a manager for Domino's Pizza. So every time customer complaints would come in, I'd have to handle it because I'm Mr. Manager. So one time, we had these people calling in, and they had ordered a pizza. And I know that they really did order a pizza because I was trying to get to the bottom of it, and I looked up their order. They were calling to complain that there was a bug on their pizza. And I know that they're fucking with me because I can hear like little kids like laughing in the background, like snickering, like trying not to let me hear that they're laughing. So I was like, okay, can you describe the bug? And they said, well, it's a cockroach. And I'm like, no, how big is it? What color is it? How many legs does it have? Are its feelers okay? And they're actually like answering my questions. And I hear them, I'm cracking them up more than they're cracking me up. And then they get done describing the bug, and I said, oh my God, that's Herman. How did he get out? You got to bring him back. He's our mascot. And then they all busted up and got scared and hung up the phone. I used to love doing that. Another thing that I used to love to do is I would get people calling up saying, your driver is driving like a maniac, you almost just hit my car. And so I would put the phone down, and I would be in my office, and there's nobody in the building except employees, because Domino's is mostly just delivery. Every once in a while you get like a walk-in or something, but there's only employees there. So I put the phone down on my desk, and I start screaming at the guy. And I carry on, and I'm insulting the guy, saying, this is the last goddamn time. I'm not writing you up this time. I'm calling immigration and having your ass shipped back to Brazil. And I would fire them on the phone. And in the meantime, they knew what I was doing because I'd done it before. So all the drivers, like, knew what it was. And they would all be, like, busting out laughing. And then I would get back on the phone and say, I'm sorry, sir. It'll never happen again. And then sometimes they'd be like, oh, no, you didn't have to fire him. And sometimes I'd beat on my desk and act like I was punching him. I'm waiting for you guys to send numbers, but it's taken forever. I'm not staying on until 1 in the morning this time. Oh, that feels good. You know when you have your first sip of tea and you can feel the heat going down to your chest? It's still a little too hot. Lovely tea. I think it's, what was it, Bigelow tea? Yeah. We have this one number for the Radisson Blu Hotel in Birmingham. And Nunu wants me to call up and act like I'm offended Hindi or Muslim because I'm hearing 2 men moaning in the room next door and they're doing ungodly things. So Nunu, is it a big hotel? Like how many floors? How many rooms? Just in case I say I'm on the 3rd floor. I don't want to say the 1st floor because then that'll be too close. They'll say I just went to that room and there's nobody there. At least make them walk up a couple flights of stairs. You know what I could do also? To take it a step further, I can open up a gay porn with like the sounds of guys moaning in the background. Maybe I'll do that. That'll help sell it, right? Let me see if I can find a porn that has like a lot of moaning and shit in the background. What do I open in? I don't want to open in Media Center because it doesn't make that blasting loud sound it always does. Okay, we can skip ahead. Oh, it's not going to work if there's music in the background. I need like ghetto porn where there's no music. Okay, that's not going to work. And they're too quiet. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, the dumb shit I do. Aren't I too old for this? Okay, let's see. Well, that's got no music, but I'm hoping for better moaning. Okay, that might work. See if it gets louder, though. Oh, that's perfect, because you can hear the slapping and everything. Okay, so maybe I'll do that call. I'll call up and complain. I know the people at the front desk are just going to say, maybe they're watching porn. That's still ungodly. 211 rooms, and it has an Italian restaurant and a health club. Okay. Let me go back to my Skype. I think I need to wait for my tea to cool down some more anyway. I don't put cream in my tea.
Welcome to the Radisson Blu Hotel, Birmingham. To help us assist with your call, please select from the following menus. Press 1 for individual reservations. Press 2 for group reservations of 10 or more bedrooms. Press 3 for meetings and events or sales and marketing. Or press 4 for accounts. For general inquiries, please continue to hold. and you'll be transferred to an operator. Thank you for your call.
I guess I'll wait for the operator. The volume is like ridiculous, crazy loud, though. I think I adjusted it.
Good morning, Radisson Blu Hotel, Birmingham. I'm speaking at the house.
Hello, how are you doing, dear? Is this
Hello?
the front desk?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who am I speaking to?
This is Mr. Rosenthal. I'm staying in the hotel here. I'm calling because there's a lot of noise coming from the room next door. There's a lot of moaning. People are
There is a
having...
lot.
People are
Where
having
are you
loud... What? Go ahead. Go.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the hotel here. I'm staying in the hotel.
Are you calling from the hotel? Which room number are you?
I'm in room 197.
Which room number, sorry?
I checked in with a business partner today. We're not gay.
Which room number?
We're not gay. We're just business partners. But I'm
Okay, hold on.
I'm hearing a lot
Hold on.
of men moaning in the room next door.
Which room number are you in now?
197. See, I'm
19.
holding the phone up to the wall, and this is what I'm hearing.
Excuse me.
Can you hear
We
that?
don't have a room. We don't have a room 197. We don't have a room.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong about the room. I didn't register. I'm just here with my business partner.
Well, I'm afraid I think you called the wrong number.
Well, you could probably follow the sounds of the moaning to the room that I'm in.
This is Radisson Blu Hotel, Birmingham.
Yes.
Maybe you called the wrong number.
No, Radisson Blu. That's it.
So, but you're not calling from the hotel now. I can't see. There is no number at all.
Ben, what room are we in?
I don't know.
We're in room 157. Yes. Something like that.
Okay. Sorry, if you are in the hotel, just call me from the room, and then I can speak to you.
Well, I'm calling you from my cell phone because
Okay.
I'm disturbed by this. What's going on next door? It's obviously two men having sex because I'm hearing two male voices. And
Okay.
that's not right, and it shouldn't be legal in a family hotel for gay men to be having sex. Especially
Okay.
this loud. I'm going to take
Hello?
the phone away from the wall now because I can't take that sound.
Okay. Just sorry. Can I ask you once more? What room number are you?
157.
157. We don't have that room. What's your surname? Okay.
57.
Sorry.
57. The noise is coming from next door.
No. What is your surname? Can I ask your surname, please?
Well, I didn't register, but his name is
Okay,
Ben.
if you're not, hold on. If you're not registered to the hotel, that means you're not in the hotel, so I'm gonna hang up, alright?
No, I'm in the hotel.
Okay,
But I tell
I'm
you,
gonna hang up.
I'm never coming back with this kind of stuff going on in here.
I do apologize. If you don't give me your surname, I'm gonna hang up.
Two gay men having sex not feet from me.
Okay, sorry.
It's just wrong. Okay, I can turn off the gay porn now. That was beyond stupid. You said they have 211 rooms, so... Jeez. I tried. I tried 97, 197, 57. Ah, well, I tried. I can never get the goddamn room number. I can't even... Why don't I just say room number fucking 1? Every hotel has to have a 101 or whatever the fuck. I know where I fucked up. It's because hotels only have a certain number of rooms on each floor. And, like, if there's 10 rooms on the first floor, they'll be numbered 100 through 110. Second floor, there'll be 200 through 210, or 201 through 210 or something. That's why I fucked up. Because I'm just thinking 200 and all the rooms. Of course they don't have 197 rooms, because they always go by the floor. So the room numbers are probably never going to be more than 20. Nah, I'm a dumbass. That was fun, though. We'll have to try it again sometime. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here adjusting all kinds of audio, fighting with Skype that keeps changing my outgoing audio to be real low and his being real loud.
and then having to adjust the volume on the porn. You have no idea what kind of fucked up shit I do. I do feel a little better, though. I think the tea is helping. I think my voice sounds a little better, feels a little better. Let's see here. La Quinta in Gulf Shores. Gulf Shores, Alabama. $60 a night. It's kind of, sounds like a jumpy little place, huh? He sends me a link to the place, and it's just like a review. It says, a nightmare. Reservations were made and confirmed. We arrived on such and such. The room was not clean yet. I had broken air, shampoo and cologne from the former guest. It was dusty. It had smoke detectors that beeped constantly because the battery was dead, probably. It was beside the ice machine, vending, and the pool. Across from the room was the elevator, stair door, and public restrooms. The room upstairs had multiple dogs that whined and barked constantly. And even though it was a quiet Friday night, when we checked in, doors were slammed loudly all day Saturday and all night Saturday. No other guest rooms were close to this room. We got no sleep day or night. It was a nightmare. How much you want to bet this like some old Jew couple? One of the employees there told me we were given 4 rooms and should not complain. Horrible. This was the worst hotel ever. Bathroom without a shower. I had a 9-month-old baby, couldn't give him a bath. A bathroom without a shower? Is that even legal in a motel? The room stinks. Smelled like old carpet. The bathroom wasn't clean and had dirty towels. The toilet wasn't clean. The sheets were dirty. They had blood on my pillow. Wow. Now, wouldn't you walk out? The desk had a nasty attitude. When I asked to change rooms, they refused to do so. Man, this sounds like a horrible place. I'm just like scrolling down. It's like bad review after bad review. We're going to have to call and complain about the room being dirty in this place. There was a tampon under my pillow. No, it doesn't really say that here. That's just something I came up with. The room was not cleaned very well. Found chip bags and other miscellaneous trash left from God only knows when. The bathtub had mold and mildew. The light next to the desk had a short in it and wouldn't go off. It would go on and off like a poltergeist. The pool was dirty. The water was cloudy. The second day we were there, they didn't even bother to come clean our room. The phone didn't work, so I had to go to the lobby with my dirty towels and ask for clean ones. The only reason why we continued to stay at this hotel was because we had purchased on a name your price, which had a no refund policy. A lot of these, I wonder if like other like rival hotels do that. Like they go to these review sites where you review a room, and like a rival hotel will say nasty shit about the other hotels. The linens are dirty. The security doors are open 24 hours a day. Dogs are allowed to bark. Oh, these all sound like they come from the same miserable cunt. Like she can't get over the fact that she had a bad stay. Because they all say horrible, they all have 1 star, and they're all spelled like the same way. Tell me that doesn't read like some stupid old Jewish bitch. I was talking earlier about my parents being real cheap and staying in dumpy places. One hotel that in Lake George, when we were on our way to Canada, we stopped in Lake George to go to the amusement park there. And they got a hotel room where it was like separate cabins, like little like 1-room cabins, like 1 room and a bathroom. Which is actually looks kind of quaint on the outside, but then you go inside and it looks like an abandoned building. And my mom lifted up the mattress, and there were literally like pill bugs, like you find like when you lift a rock. For some reason, she got it in her head to lift the mattress, and like bugs go scattering from under the mattress. My mom is like, "There's no fucking way we're staying here, you cheap ass bitch. We're getting our money back, and we're going to a real hotel." That's what she was saying to my dad.
This was by far the absolute worst hotel my family has ever encountered. The carpet in my room was filthy. There were burn spots from an iron, and a big strap across the carpet where a tack strip was laid, and then the carpet just laid over it. It stuck in your heels. The ice machine was broken. See, this has got to be the same woman. Just can't get the wild hair out of her ass because she had a bad stay. Because she was complaining about the same shit in every review, using the same wording. And these are posted like August 4th, July 16th, June 10th, April 29th. Like once a month, this old cunt is coming back to complain. Same damn shit. Okay, so let's call up this place now that I'm done talking about it. Now I know what to complain about. There's burns on the carpet. Thank you for sharing the reviews for me, Pink. I had fun doing that. I should call up and use that voice. There's burns all over the carpet. And then I can come in with the gay porn going on in the room next door. Okay, let's open up my Skype. Now I'm hoping I get through to this place. I wish we had a listener who worked in a hotel and it could actually give me the information of people that are staying there so I can call the other people in the hotel and actually have proper information, say, my name is so-and-so and I'm in room so-and-so. One of you guys out there has to go get a job in a hotel so you can help for the cause. Nunu says that's no good. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Molly.
Hello, is this the desk?
Yes, it is.
Listen, I'm staying in your place here, and I just want to tell you this room is filthy. There are burns on the carpet. The towels were dirty. There was cologne from a previous guest in the bathroom. It wasn't even clean. The toilet was dirty. I'd like a different room unless they're all like this. I mean, who does this?
Ma'am, I have no clue. Which room are you in?
I'm in room 5, downstairs.
Room 5. 105?
The dirty, yeah, on the first floor, yeah. The dirty, filthy room. You guys probably joke about, oh, let's give this old man this dirty room.
No, ma'am. I just got here and,
oh, I know it's not your
check in.
fault. You're not the cleaning lady, are you?
No, ma'am. I'm the front desk.
That's the one I need to speak to. I mean, it's almost like they didn't even clean. To have things from a previous guest still in the bathroom? I suppose I'm lucky there weren't turds in the bowl. Listen, are all the rooms always like this?
No, ma'am. They are most certainly not.
If you give me another room, is it going to be this gross? Because I tried to put it out of my head. I took off my slippers. I tried to walk on the carpet, and I can feel my feet sticking to it.
Okay, ma'am. Just last week we had a big old group of teenage, middle-aged boys, and I say boys because they acted like boys, and they were smoking in the rooms, and I'm pretty sure that's why there's cigarette burns in the carpet.
Burns on the carpet, stains.
Right.
There was potato
I'm
chip
looking
burns.
right now. I'm looking right now to put y'all in a different room, okay?
Wonderful. Just make sure it's not as gross and dirty as this.
Oh, I'll go and check it before I put you in there, ma'am, and then I'll help y'all move to another room, okay?
Oh, okay, but make sure it's nice.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not that picky, you know. I was going to stay and not say anything, but when my feet were sticking to the carpet, I'm like, oh, my Lord, if the carpet is this dirty, just imagine what's on those sheets.
Oh, no, I know for a fact the sheets are clean, because I do them sometimes myself.
you know, I don't think so, because there was a blood stain on the pillow. Like someone had popped a zit and left a blood stain on the pillow.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm going to take pictures, because my husband is never going to believe this. He's the cheap ass who booked this place for me, sight unseen. Didn't even bother looking online for the AAA ratings or nothing like that. Okay, well, you find a room for me, and I'm going to come down there.
Yep. Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm trying to get your folio up here, your registration card.
Is it okay if I come down in my bathrobe and slippers, or should I get dressed? Because it's very late.
Ma'am, it does not matter. However you're comfortable.
Okay, I'll be down there in several moments.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye. No problem.
Was that stupid? Oh, I forgot to play the porn. After all that, I forgot to play the porn. And now there's strange men next door fucking and moaning. What kind of flop house are you guys running here? I don't think I'm ever going to do that voice again. I'm surprised you bought it. I mean, fat. Ugh. I bailed, though, before she started getting into wanting to find out my name and shit, because I don't know who the fuck is staying there. She says call back. Oh, no, I'm not going to call back. But I like that place. Maybe we should save that number. Nunu, do me a favor. Or, Pink, do me a favor. Save that number. I know if I write it down somewhere, I'll just lose it. But if you save it and remind me that it was the Filthy Hotel, we can call them back next week. Call back and play the porn. I did the porn for one call. We don't got to do it for everyone. Now I'm fascinated. I want to go back to these reviews here. It's got to be the same woman just complaining about everything. No ice on either floor. You can hear dogs bark. They keep complaining about the same damn thing. It must be a dumpy hotel if they let you have dogs in there. Normally, places tell you you got a dog, you can't stay. Find somewhere else. The mattress on the bed would tip off if you sat on the edge. Holes in the wall. Shower stall, no bathtub. Tiles were broken. There's so many different places I could go with this. So many different things to complain about. There was pubic hair on the toilet seat. I'm surprised you didn't hang up on me when I said, I suppose I'm lucky there wasn't a turd in the bowl. I thought that was going to be a call-ender right there. We were in town for a family reunion, and the service went from bad to worse over the entire stay. We blocked off several rooms and whatever. I like how the woman said there was a bunch of hooligans there the previous week. We were accused of smoking. They charged us $350. Wow. First, we don't even smoke, and when we tried to tell the lady that she was very rude, here's somebody who gives it 1 star but a positive review. A clean room, very friendly and helpful maid staff. No warning that the pool was out of order. Very disappointing for a teenager. Poor knowledge at front desk. Should hire more competent employees. Well, the lady I talked to was really super nice. Now she's trying to find a clean room for me, and she's going to go to room number 5 and wake somebody up. When I eventually don't show up down there, she might call back call room 5, 105, or go down and knock on the door and wake up the poor people in the dirty room. Well, that was fun, but I think I am going to go now. But I'm happy that I stayed on for that one last call, because that put a smile on my face. I think that was the best call of the night. That lady likes gay porn. Oh, yeah. Call back as a dude in room 106 complaining about a complaining bitch in the next room. Yeah. Yeah, I'm staying in room number 6, and there's this old bitch here yelling. I can hear her walking around her room going, ew, 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 with every step. New News says, 1 more UK hotel, please. Yeah, that one was in Alabama. I'll do 1 more UK hotel if you can do it quick. If you can send it quick. Thank you, Pink, for that great number, and also the link to the reviews about that place. If you're ever in Alabama, I guess you ought to try to stay away from La Quinta Inn.
Nunu wants me to call up the Copthorne Hotel in Birmingham. What do you want me to do? Just do the same thing, complain about the dirty room, and then play the gay porn? I actually have to pee. The Copthorne Inn in Birmingham. Not in Alabama, in the UK. And I guess I'll complain about a dirty room. I guess I should say I'm in like room like 110, like an easy number like that. It's like a big place. I gotta have 10 rooms on the first floor, I imagine. Or I'll just say 107. Keep the number low.
Good morning, Captain Birmingham. Damon speaking. I can help you.
Hello, how are you doing, dear? Have I gotten the front desk?
Yes, you have.
I'm calling from inside the hotel. I'm calling from my room here. Because,
okay.
I went to go lay down to go to bed, and I noticed that there's filth and dirtiness everywhere. I pull back the covers, and I can see hair.
What room number are you in?
I'm in room 107 on the first floor. And, I didn't really notice it at first until I went to lay down, and I saw the pubic hairs on the mattress there, and then I started taking a closer look. I looked under the bed and I found a used condom. Can you believe?
Okay. Well, you're not in 107, are you?
In the bathroom, there was also pubic hairs on the floor. Hello?
Good morning, Captain Birmingham. How can I help you?
That was very rude.
Hello?
I'm calling you with a legitimate complaint. You don't need to hang up on me and be so rude.
I didn't hang up. The phone got disconnected.
Okay.
You need to give me your room number first so I can look into that.
Room 107?
There is nobody in 107, sir. Can you give me your name, please?
Of course there is. I'm here. Check your paperwork. I'm here in the dirty room. There's toenails on the floor.
What's your last name?
I think I'm going to take photographs of this, so I can alert the authorities or something.
Okay, well, if you give me your last name, then only I'll be able to trace you in, but you're not in that room.
My name is Rosenthal. I'm here on business with my business partner. He's staying in a different room, and I forget which. He got the reservations for us.
Okay, can you ring me from the hotel phone number, please? Then thank you.
Well, don't you charge for that?
No, we don't. No, if you just dial 0, you'll come directly to me, and I can have a chat with you, and we can take it from there.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
Why can't an interview be like a hooligan who works in a hotel that'll give me the real names of real people that are in the hotel so I can actually get a believable complaint? That's where we always get stuck. Ah, well. And I don't believe that he got disconnected. He totally hung up on me. He's a lying bitch. Let's see. Let me go up here. Pink is talking. Jane? Oh, I forgot to tell you. I heard the call to Nicole, but I wasn't on this laptop. I was working. I noticed she deleted all the posts about that chick and the number. Well, there you go. So I got some good done. And she's awake right now. You can call back and tell her you just got the messages and then start saying random shit. Well, she was actually nice, considering I was the one being a dick, and she was actually handling it well, even though she was talking really loud at me. No gay porn for him, because he was a dick. That's what Nunu says. I didn't even get around to that, because I always get hung up on the damn room number. I should just act so old and out of it that I don't know what room I'm in. Yeah, he was a dick, Nunu, you're right. He was a total dick. Sorry, Pink, I'm not going to call Nicole back. But anyway, I had fun tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and allowing me to attempt to entertain you in some manner or fashion tonight. I'll be doing it again next week, barring serious illness. Hopefully I'll be over my cold by then. And we can, do it all over again. Harass people all over the globe. And I'm trying to see what I want to hear. Damn it. Like the one thing I want to play I don't have. I have like every album from this artist except for the one that I want to play. Well. Instead of playing Mama Cass like I normally do, or Monty Python's Galaxy song, I was going to end with Meatloaf's Bad Outta Hell. But for some reason I don't have that on my hard drive. I've got every album from him except for Bad Outta Hell. Probably because that one is so overplayed that I rarely ever want to hear it. So it's going to be Mama Cass for you. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Thank you everybody who sent numbers and contributed. I'll be back here next week. Tell your friends, your enemies, your frenemies. Come and listen to the show if they want to hear an idiot making prank calls and telling rambling stories and maybe even playing some gay porn audio in the background. Until next time, stay just the way you are. Just the way we like you. Stay beautiful.
Sirens are screaming and the fires are howling way down in the valley tonight. There's a man in the shadows with a gun in his eye and a blade shining oh so bright. There's evil in the air and there's thunder in the sky and a killer's on the bloodshot streets. Born down in the tunnel with a deadly horizon, oh I swear I saw a young boy down in the cover. He was starting to foam in the heat. Oh, baby, everything in this whole world is good and good and right. And wherever you are and wherever you go, there's always going to be some light. But I gotta get out, I gotta take it out now. Before the sun is gone. So we gotta make the most of our one night together when it's over and through. We'll both be so alone. Dancing through the night with you. But if I gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Dancing through the night, dancing through the night, dancing through the night with you. Whole world that's pure and good and right. And wherever you are and wherever you go, there's always gonna be some light. But I gotta get out, I gotta break it out now before the thunder crackles dawn. So we gotta make the most of our one night together. When it's over you go, we'll both be so alone. Well, I got that out of hell, I'll be gone. Before the gates of heaven. come crawling on back to you.